what was your history with Dune before this series?
Well, I'd seen the film when I was probably far too young to see it, and I just thought it was incredible. I'm a huge David Lynch fan, so I was hooked really from that moment. And I loved the more recent films. I thought they were absolutely extraordinary. So that's my history with it, I guess.
Okay. And how did you prepare for the role?
That's a really interesting question. I mean, I think basically Natalia is a sort of fairly new character. So I kind of explored, things that felt like they were perhaps relatable for me in terms of, the imaginative world that my character felt kind of rooted in. And some of that was sort of, reading about sort of medieval history and the way in which women were very much sort of the power behind the throne and had to sort of subtly negotiate their path, in order to, do the work that their husbands weren't able to do, for whatever reasons. So that was my kind of bit of research, I guess.
Yeah, like I said, I'm only 3 episodes in, and we're just starting to, really meet your character. And as everyone has in secrets, no one's where you see them in face value. So can you tell me like about her a little bit, but also what you found most intriguing?
What I find intriguing about Natalia is that she's a real dark horse. She's someone who, on the surface of it, we think we understand her when we meet her. We think we know what's going on, and she absolutely defies all expectation. So that was something that I thought was, particularly intriguing as an actor to be able to get my teeth into.
And you said you understand her, but do you understand her? Do you respect her? Like, what's your feelings on her?
Well, I'm completely biased. So, of course, I understand her and respect her. I like, the fact that she's a character that is not necessarily completely sympathetic. It's just so much more interesting to play that as an actor. And also, as a portrait of women, they can be equally as conflicted, complex, challenging as any male character. So for me, that's something that is a real joy to breathe life into.
That's one thing I really enjoyed with the series so far is there are so many strong female characters, and they're not put on a pedestal. They're just everyone's just equal, and they go and they do their thing. Some are good, some are evil, some and it's really allowed to have this great tapestry because it also has such a universe spanning sandbox to play in. So what do you want this series? What do you hope the series says to future artists? And
I mean, I think that, the series is, for a start, groundbreaking in that we see a lot of actresses over the age of 40 on screen, which I think is really important. We don't see enough of that. I think that it provides this incredible sense of, what leadership is for a woman, what power is for a woman. I think if I were a young girl today, this is absolutely the kind of TV I would want to be watching, and it's absolutely the kind of representation on screen that I would want to be seeing, or I would want any daughter of mine to see, because it's complex, as you say. It's morally ambiguous, and yeah, it's a what if, or what if there were a matriarchy, and yeah, we don't see that enough, I think. So it's very fresh.
yeah, I didn't plan to, but after watching the first few episodes, I think I'm going to watch it with my daughters because
Great.
it is they love complex stuff. They're not there for that cookie cutter show, and this
Yeah.
it's just a real chess match.
It is.
At all times you're wondering, wait, what's this move and how does this affect everyone else on the board? I'll say.
Absolutely. And, I also think that the male characters are, equally as fascinating and intriguing. So, I think it's parity, and I think it's something that, both male and female audiences and, everyone else is going to absolutely love and enjoy.
What was the most rewarding challenge playing?
I think the most rewarding challenge was, exploring power in a way that is not obvious or overt. I love the fact that it's a character who is much more about looks, who's much more about what is going on under, the surface of things. And for me, that was really refreshing as an actor, because I think very often I've played characters who are perhaps more emotionally out there and, even tragic. So I love the fact that this was nothing like the territory I'd explored before.
And what's it like working with Mark Strong?
Oh, it's a joy. I mean, Mark is just an absolute consummate professional and a brilliant, brilliant actor. and also just a great partner to have on set. He's incredibly funny, but he's also deeply focused. So he's someone who really raises your game, and he's so generous, which I think all the best actors are.
And vice versa, I'm sure.
Oh, thank you.
So it's such a big world. What is it like? It's hard to imagine as a viewer, like going in and tackling this. And as an actor or actress, you go on set and you play your role. So what's it like seeing this world come together, like playing your part and then watching the episodes and seeing it like this universe built around you?
Yeah, it's really amazing because of course there's so much that we don't see when we're on set. There's the CGI, there's the whole world of the Harkonnens, the Sisterhood, and so it's a real joy seeing that come together and how it all kind of interweaves and interconnects. But most of all, I think it's incredibly rewarding when you feel part of a series that makes you feel proud. I think every department, costume, design, directors, the writing, performances, it is all, it's a really class act. So, I just feel honored to be a part of it, I think.
And if you had one of the powers on the series, which one would it be and how would you use it?
That's a really interesting question. I'm not sure it would be Desmond Hart's power because that strikes me as a little bit messy. Maybe, maybe the kind of the truth speak of the Sisterhood could come in handy in a few meetings.
Right about now, I mean, I think we could all use it.
Couldn't we?
It would be a very popular power if
I'm sure it would.
Handed out in pill form. Is there something that you really enjoyed most, like when it comes to being part of the set, like the costumes, or besides your job as an actor, but like the vastness of this world, or is there something?
I love the sets. I mean, I think they're incredible. It reminds me a bit of Ken Adams, who did all the designing for The Last Emperor and Doctor Strangelove, and it's like the great days of cinema, seeing those sets and walking onto sets like that. There is something truly theatrical about it, and I love the boldness of that design. And it's quite breathtaking. So I think that was what I loved.
So what do you see? So it's not all just blue screen.
No, not all of it. I mean, the throne room is just an incredible, huge piece of design, and yeah, it's kind of extraordinary. So, being able to sort of discover all these different sets was amazing. And then seeing them on screen, you seeing the sort of Harkonnen apartment. I mean, it's extraordinary. So. Yeah, I think there's such a kind of level of craftsmanship that's gone into this series that is a cut above anything else I've seen.
And it must support and amplify your performance.
It does. And I think that the tone of it, the fact that everything is, there's something very subdued and very subtle about what's going on, but it is a drama at all times. That is exciting to be a part of at the same time.
And close out with one, since I don't know enough about your character yet, 3 words to describe her.
Determined, tough, and true to herself.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Looking forward to seeing more, and best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.